Hello everybody and welcome to Black and White Tales number 46. This week is the week of Thanksgiving, and it's an holiday that I really love, and I learned to appreciate it in the USA. It's an holiday that is pure American. It's something that in Europe we cannot even understand the meaning of it. And it's an holiday that I really feel as something important for me personally. So I decided to print an image to talk about Thanksgiving. And this is the image I decided to print. This is an image of the Warwick Castle, it's in England. I was in Birmingham for a Rotary convention and we took a day trip to this beautiful, beautiful place. And it's the classic beautiful place that you arrive in Europe, you look around, you see all the beautiful castle, the beautiful churches, the beautiful architecture around, and you think, wow, that's fantastic. But this is exactly what the pilgrims escaped. Sometimes we think that they escaped just because they had difficulties to eat and find the survival meanings, but actually that is not. They escaped a system that was a religious and political system because they were absolutely interconnected, where the idea was that there was the need of some leaders, in this case non-elected, hereditary leaders, that had to take care of the people, that the people was not good enough to care for themselves. Basically, they had this idea of the origin of Christianity, the origin that we are all equal and we are all sons of God. So that's the idea. But this was lost in the centuries in Europe. And religion became just another way to impose power on the people. So when we think that they escaped from something like this. There was a great civilization, there was a great knowledge and all these kind of things. It was not an ugly society. Yes, it was not the great situation economically, but that was not because there was a lack of resources or things like that, but because they didn't have the freedom to survive and to live as they wanted. They didn't have the freedom to own the land, cultivate the land, and keep the products of the land. They had taxes a lot to maintain all the nobles and all these kind of things. So they decided to escape, and they valued freedom so much that they escaped and they went on a very long journey. It's more than 2 months, if I remember correctly, with the Mayflower, and there was a lot of risks. It was a time where just staying on a ship for so long, it meant to have spread of illness and viruses and all these kind of things. But they did it, and they arrived in a new world, and they had some problems at the beginning. But finally, when they had the mean of survival, and they had these things that they discovered that they had the proof that their idea of freedom was something that was the most important thing to create wealth and happiness for everybody. They celebrated. And we now see Thanksgiving usually as a family celebration and all these kind of things, and that is really, really great, really good. But what Thanksgiving was a celebration of the fruits of the freedom. And this is a thing that here they had almost the same thing, but here they didn't have the freedom. They were looking out and seeing all these beautiful things, but they didn't have the freedom. They had the freedom when they arrived in the new world. And you can imagine to grow up with always the same stories told you. So always the same interpretation of the religion, always the same idea that you are not able to take care of yourself, that you need a king or another kind of politician. But you have the courage to escape, you have the courage to test yourself, and you arrive in a place and you can demonstrate to yourself that was the right choice, that all your convictions that were against the common knowledge of the time were the right one. So for me, Thanksgiving is this celebration of freedom. And it is the celebration of freedom that right now is being cancelled. Is being cancelled for a virus that is has 99.9% of survival, but they are cancelling the celebration of Thanksgiving. The same people with the same ideology of these kings, the same people that have the ideology that they have to rule. They are different from you. They can, the rules that applies to the people don't applies to them, as exactly as was at the time in Europe, and they are sitting there. They are doing what they want. They go out to the restaurants and they do everything. They meet, but they tell you you cannot celebrate Thanksgiving. They let you celebrate the stealing of an election on the streets, but they don't let you celebrate the freedom of Thanksgiving. So that was my thing this week, to think why this that is the probably one of the most beautiful holiday in the world is being cancelled. And it's simple. It is cancelled by some governors exactly because it is probably the last symbol, the last celebration about freedom, celebration of liberty, celebration of justice, and all these kind of things. So that's the thing. And yes, I learned to love Thanksgiving because I love freedom, and I'm asking myself, it's they had the courage to the pilgrims. They had the courage to risk their life to go on a trip to the new world just to be free and demonstrate that they are free. And what are we doing now? This is Thanksgiving, and we are living it with masks on our face, masks that has no value at all. Basically, I laugh here in Italy because we don't have even some kind of mandatory mask, but any mask can be good. So you go around with a piece of paper or canvas, and there's nothing. That's not effective, but you just need to have it on your face. And we are saying yes sir, because they tell us that we cannot celebrate Thanksgiving, or in Italy Christmas, because the same thing is being done here in Italy for Christmas. So, and we continue to say yes sir, and we continue to give credit to people that are like this, that yes, they built beautiful castles for themselves, but they were prohibiting to the people to survive, because they were prohibiting to the people to be free to produce without too much taxation, free to choose their own fate, all the basic freedoms. And now is exactly the same. You have these leaders that are telling you you are not capable to manage yourself, so we will impose on you a lot of things. And they are imposing a lot of regulation and a lot of laws that are absolutely wrong, that just take away our freedom and our ability to produce, to work, and to be happy. But we are there, and we are here, and we are thinking yes sir. And this is the scary part of this Thanksgiving. And so, just to go to an end, because I can be lost for hours talking about this, but basically it's a strange Thanksgiving, because we have to be thankful for a lot of things, that's for sure. But Thanksgiving is not to be thankful for because the world can be worse. But Thanksgiving is supposed to be a thanks for the freedom, and it's the freedom that we are losing every single day a little more. And we are losing it because those people that created a system, the people that created a virus in a lab, and they are thinking to use it to eliminate the freedom of the people. This morning I read that China is pushing a system with barcodes and these kind of things to track the movement of the people. Air companies are thinking to prohibit flying to people with no vaccine and all these kind of things. And we are accepting this, while the pilgrims, to not upset something similar, they just went on a trip that was probably the most dangerous of their life. And we are accepting a lot of lack of freedom because we are afraid that we can have the 0.1 probability to get a virus and perhaps die. That's something that we have to think about while we celebrate Thanksgiving, and think if we are doing the right thing to just sit there and say thank you just because we are not sick at the moment, or to think, okay, look at ourselves and think probably we are doing the wrong thing and we have to change our attitude, and we have to quit to accept the lack of freedom and do as the pilgrims did. Do something, move away, demonstrate that it's different. So that's my idea for this Thanksgiving. Obviously, I'm grateful that I'm here and I can do this kind of video, and I'm thankful for everybody that is watching this video and appreciate it. So if you enjoyed the video, please put a like, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. If you want to check this image originally, go on the link down there. It goes on my website and you can click on the image and see the original version that is much better than here just shown in this way. This said, thank you guys for watching. Keep creative. Think about the meaning of the original meaning of Thanksgiving, and in that case, stay free and try to have fun. Thank you very much.